Oh, hi, I'm Larry Karaszewski, and welcome to this on-location edition of Trailers from Hell. I'm out here looking for undiscovered creatures, and I'm also looking for undiscovered films. And it's hard to call a movie that has this big a budget undiscovered, but no one ever talks about the 1980s version of Mutiny on the Bounty, called simply The Bounty. Even though originally it was going to be directed by David Lean, it was written by the great Robert Bolt, who did Lawrence of Arabia, Man for All Seasons, Dr. Zhivago, and it stars Mel Gibson and Anthony Hopkins as Captain Bligh. Let's take a look.
This is such an elaborate and lavish film with two great leads and early performances from Daniel Day-Lewis and Liam Neeson. But a ghost haunts this ship. That ghost is director David Lean. He envisioned a two-part telling of the tale. The first film to be called The Lawbreakers, which dealt with the voyage and the mutiny. Then the second film to be entitled The Long Arm, all about Britain's attempt to punish the mutineers and the eventual fates of Fletcher Christian and Captain Bligh. Both those scripts were written by Lean's longtime collaborator Robert Bolt and were deemed way too expensive, and Lean's vision was abandoned. Mega producer Dino De Laurentiis came along and had it retooled into one film. Young, hot, sexy Mel Gibson was hired as Christian, Anthony Hopkins as Bligh. Allegedly, Lean had wanted Oliver Reed as Bligh, and that sounds just delicious. This film also tries to be a bit revisionist, or perhaps closer to the truth of the actual event, by being more sympathetic to Bligh. But that's no fun. This is the legend of a bad boss who gets what's coming to him, and making things murky doesn't help. It wants you to understand Bligh, but also wants to make leading man Gibson's character justified as well, so it's just a bit confused. Journeyman New Zealand director Roger Donaldson took over from Lean, and it's unfair to say he's no David Lean, but he's no David Lean. Also, unfortunately, he made the movie in the 1980s, and boy do you feel it. I'm not sure I'd call the Vangelis score bad, but there sure is a lot of it, and it has that synth sound so popular at the time. And also, this movie must set the record for the amount of nudity in a PG-rated film. Yes, it's all Polynesian native girls in their natural state, but most of these women look straight out of the Playboy Mansion grotto. It's like Andy Sedaris was a second-unit director. But Gibson and Hopkins give it their all. Gibson particularly is good in the mutiny sequence, but the magic just doesn't quite happen, and you're better off sticking to the Brando or Gable versions.